Well, thank you everybody for joining us once again for our weekly Wednesday webinar, the 5-Minute Brainstorm. I'm Chris Orestes, and I appreciate you joining us this week and every week for our recurring sessions. This week, we're going to talk about Life Settlements 2020. The numbers are in. There's market growth and top players. The top 5 is out, and we're going to get inside the numbers today. Let's start with the fact that there's been a continuing increase in awareness by consumers and professionals both about life settlements, which has been a big part of fueling market growth in 2020. People are seeing TV commercials, hearing radio ads, reading things in the news online, and that increased awareness has really come to position life settlements now and really going back, I'd say over the last 5 years, a real increase in the life settlement transaction as a mainstream transaction for seniors to help them with their costs of retirement and long-term care. Remember, the older and sicker somebody is, the better a life settlement will do for them. It's a very unique transaction in that it will financially reward somebody for the older and sicker that they are. So let's take a look at the numbers. The 2020 numbers are in, and the market grew 12.6% over 2019. There was an increase in the average policy size by 5.1% and an increase in payout to the consumer by 1%. And that's interesting because 2019 was a very strong market. 2020, we came into a pandemic environment, yet the market increased, the payouts increased, the size of policies increased. The total number of policies purchased increased to 3,241 policies purchased from consumers in 2020, with a payout to consumers across that universe of over $848 million. So when you look at market growth year to year, the amount of face value that was settled in 2018 was 3.8 billion. Then the next year, 2019 was 4.4 billion. And now in 2020, total face value purchased in the secondary market through the life settlement transaction was $4.6 billion of death benefit. So who are our market leaders in terms of policies purchased? Well, number one, as has been the case for the last decade, is Coventry. In 2020, they purchased 1,185 policies, representing 46% of the total market was Coventry purchased policies. Second goes to Abacus with 412 policies. Then Life Equity with 301 policies, Magna Life Settlements with 291 policies, and then Maple Life Financial with 193 policies purchased. That's your top 5 life settlement market leaders for 2020, with Coventry a very distant first place from everybody else behind them. And when you consider the size of this market and the market opportunity, it makes sense that this market continues to grow. Remember, there's over 150 million life insurance policies out there in the hands of consumers today. And all of those policies are legally recognized as assets. The policy owners have every right to settle them as an alternative to lapsing or surrendering a policy. And the life settlement transaction performs such an important service because of the high abandonment rate of life insurance policies. Nearly 9 out of 10 policies that are purchased ultimately are not going to pay a death benefit. They're going to be lapsed or surrendered by the policy owner, with still far too many realizing that the life settlement transaction is there for them. So 2020, we had $4.6 billion of life settlements transacted out of a total market opportunity of over $200 billion of available life insurance policies owned by seniors that potentially could have qualified for the life settlement transaction. So The life settlement market continues to grow. Consumer awareness continues to increase. TV ads, radio ads, print coverage, online coverage is heavy and growing. The market is growing, but still the upside to this market is enormous compared to how many policies are purchased. Is a $4.6 billion marketplace a healthy market? Absolutely. But when you consider that over $200 billion of policies were owned by seniors and are owned every year by seniors who could potentially qualify for a settlement, where 9 out of 10 of those seniors are in danger of lapsing or surrendering their policy, you'll see that the need for life settlements is important. It's growing. The fiduciary responsibility of advisors to talk about settlements is established. And this is a market with room for others to enter it. And as I've said to advisors in the past, in this marketplace, if you're not talking about life settlements, someone else is talking about life settlements to your clients. It should be you. The market's available to you. The market's growing. The market's healthy. Thank you so much for joining today's 5-minute brainstorm. Keep all this in mind. And every week, we look forward to talking to you on our weekly Wednesday webinar, the 5-minute brainstorm. I'm Chris Orestes. Thank you so much for joining us today.